Greetings, my name is Victor Castillo-Ramirez, and I am a multidisciplinary engineering technology major. And today, I'll be doing my presentation on who was Henry Ford. What will we do today without cars? Thanks to Henry Ford, we have way more cars than we used to before. About 100 years ago, only the rich people could afford cars, which is something, I guess, you could say there was no cars on the road due to this problem. Then thanks to Henry Ford, he made production costs cheaper and also made cars way cheaper, which was one of his main goals of making cars affordable. Henry Ford's early life. Henry Ford was born on July 30th, 1863 in Dearborn, Michigan. Ford's parents were William Ford and Mary Lilgott Ford. At 16, he moved on to Detroit for work, and here he was a machinist. A machinist is someone that obviously machines metal into different parts. They use different machines such as a mill and other machines. And this helps obviously create a part that usually goes on a car or different parts. He also worked on steam engines. This work on steam engines helped him go on to the later work that he did on automotive, but he liked to go around the state and go and work on different engines. He also then worked at Edison Illuminating Company for a couple of years. This, at the time that he was in this company, was when he did most of his work, what led him to create his own companies. Here, he built a quadricycle, and this quadricycle was, you could say, had a lot of parts that go into bicycles, a lot of gears, chains, but it also had a four horsepower engine, and it was also a 2-cylinder, and this is one of his first greater automotive creations. And later came on the Ford Motor Company. He created this company on July 16, 1903 with 12 other investors. When this company was created, his main goal was obviously to create a better car. And this happened when he created the Model T, which was created in October 1, 1908. This car was not his first car. Before this, he had created multiple cars, but they were not what the Model T was. The Model T was meant to be something affordable, cheap, and reliable for everybody to have. And it was also seen as a universal car. These parts could interchange and could be easier to work on than if you had a luxury car that you can't really work on due to parts being hard to find and expensive. Also with his Ford company in 1913, Henry Ford was able to introduce the assembly line. And this assembly line was really important. It made production costs go down. Also, the cars were produced in faster times. The times dropped by a lot. And obviously to the consumer, the car was way cheaper. These assembly lines were important because as you had the part would move on to you instead of you having to go to each part and having to fix it. So whenever the production came by you, you just worked on your part, next guy worked on the next. Henry Ford has had a large impact on today's world. He made production lines obviously efficient and faster. This helps put more cars out on the road and be at a cheaper price. He also helped produce better working hours and pay. Since the assembly line was really successful, he was able to accomplish more in less time. So more people were able to get paid more and also given less hours. And this obviously helped out a lot also like today. Today we have 8-hour work days, which is way lower than what it was before. And there's more of a union now. Obviously, he made more affordable and reliable cars. To this day, cars have been gotten more expensive, but now they're cheaper. And companies also attempt to make them cheaper. There's new cars are presented every day. Like Ford has their Ford Maverick, which was their truck that was introduced in order to make costs cheaper, and obviously bring a truck that will cost you less money than obviously buying a $100,000 truck. And a Ford Maverick provides about a $30,000 truck, which is a big difference between these two cars. And then obviously Ford is still a high competitor. Like I was mentioning, the Ford Maverick is just one of their trucks that they introduced to lower prices, but there's also way more cars that they've been making and that still compete against other high companies such as Chevy, Ram, and others. In conclusion, Henry Ford did a lot for cars these days. He helped with the assembly line, cost, and also time and hours for workers. And these are my references. Thank you for your time.